Parents of a missing Colorado mom are speaking this morning. They believe their daughter's disappearance is connected to a custody battle. A new cultural center is coming to a local neighborhood. We hear from the director, who says the name is going to mean a lot to many living in Spokane. Happy President's Day. We have a list of what is open and what is closed today. 5 a.m. on our Monday morning. Thanks so much for being with us here on KREM 2 Morning News. I'm Jen York. Brittany Bailey has the morning off. Evan Arani, though, is in the Weather Center this morning. Evan, we saw a lot of snow this weekend. What can we expect for the holiday? I know a lot of people are sleeping in today. Maybe they want to hit the ski slopes.
Yeah, today would probably be a good day to do so, as high pressure kind of building over the region right now, giving us a little bit of a break from all of that winter weather that we saw last week. It may be a short-lived break, but it is at least a break nonetheless. So what we do have outside, because of those clear skies, are very chilly early morning temperatures. Take a look when you factor in wind chill. We are at 1 degrees in Spokane, 12 in Moses Lake, 4 below zero in Coeur d'Alene, and 4 degrees in Deer Park. Pullman right now hanging tight at 0 degrees. So it is a very chilly morning outside. We'll see those temperatures warm up just slightly as the day goes on, but still about 15 degrees below average for those afternoon highs. The good news, the consolation prize with this, is that we are going to be seeing sunny skies for the majority of the day and into your night. It'll be a clear sunset evening, and you can see on satellite radar right now very little activity overall. So as we go on with the day, things are going to be looking good. Tonight, things are all right. And then tomorrow, your Tuesday, we see another round of snow develop. That's likely going to be coming in the afternoon and evening hours, which is what we'll be talking about coming up in just a bit. For now, Amber Respachon, getting a check of what the roads look like to start off our day. Amber, we have still some frost and snow on the roads that I'm sure is just a good idea to take a little bit slower this morning.
Yeah, definitely. If you do start your morning commute and you do see any leftover snow, slush, frost, or ice on the roadway, I would definitely take it slower than you normally do. But for the main roads, especially I-90, I drove that this morning for my morning commute a few hours ago, and it was clear and dry. So you shouldn't have too many problems regarding weather this morning. It should be good to go in that department, but I will keep an eye out for any delays or congestion that do start to form later on today. That's all I have for now, so I'll go ahead and send it back to Jen.
Amber, thank you. 5:02 now. Well, this morning, authorities are looking into what caused a fire at a Spokane Valley paint shop. It happened last night at Rada Paint near Sprague and South Bradley Road. Authorities say a driver saw smoke coming from the southwest corner of the building. Rada Paint's owner said the business is closed on Sundays. There were no employees inside the building at the time of the fire. Firefighters say paint fumes made it dangerous for crews to go inside and put out those hot spots. But after 2 hours, crews were able to contain that fire. Firefighters say there is significant damage to the building. This morning, members of the community are remembering a little boy who died after falling into the Spokane River. Mourners gathered last night for a candlelight vigil for 2-year-old Koa Norman. Earlier this month, his father pulled Koa from the Spokane River near 9 Mile Falls. Authorities say he fell into the river while playing with his dogs. He was transported to the hospital and later died. His parents say they are thankful for the community's support. The parents of a missing Colorado mom say a custody battle may be the reason behind their daughter's death. Kelsey Barrett went missing almost 3 months ago. In a new development, Barrett's parents updated a wrongful death lawsuit against her fiancé, Patrick Frazee. They say a custody dispute was likely a motive to kill Barrett. Court documents show Barrett's parents said Frazee most likely wanted full custody of the couple's 1-year-old daughter, but she refused. Her parents said she offered 50-50 custody. Her parents also mentioned the couple broke up on Thanksgiving Day, the day she went missing. Police arrested Frazee and charged him for Barrett's murder in December. Prosecutors believe he either killed her or she died during a robbery he may have committed. A nurse from Idaho has also been connected to the case. She threw away Barrett's phone that was last pinged in Gooding, Idaho. 5:04 now. President Trump appears prepared to issue his first veto if Congress votes to block his national emergency declaration. On Friday, the president issued the declaration after lawmakers refused to provide the billions of dollars he demanded for his border wall. White House advisors say the president has the right to take action under the National Emergencies Act of 1976. The move frees up about $8 billion for the wall by shifting it away from the Defense Department and other agencies. Some lawmakers are not happy with the president's decision. California's Attorney General said his state would sue to block the emergency order.
There is enough evidence to show that this is not the 9/11 crisis that we faced back in 2001. It's not the Iran hostage crisis we faced in 1979.
Democratic lawmakers in the House plan to introduce a resolution to block the declaration. The American Civil Liberties Union and Public Citizen, a nonprofit watchdog group, also say they plan to take legal action.
I was very concerned that I was able to put the Russia case on absolutely solid ground in an indelible fashion, that were I removed quickly or reassigned or fired, that the case could not be closed or vanish in the night without a trace. I believe I was fired because I opened a case against the President of the United States. He was not joking.
Former FBI acting director Andrew McCabe spoke publicly for the first time on 60 Minutes. He is the man who started the FBI investigation of President Trump. He described the behind-the-scenes chaos after President Trump fired FBI Director James Comey. Just 26 hours before McCabe was supposed to collect his pension, he was fired. President Trump tweeted shortly before the interview aired, saying in part, "The Mueller investigation is totally conflicted, illegal, and rigged." Well, many Americans are enjoying an extra day off today as we celebrate President's Day. This morning, we wanted to share a little bit of history behind the holiday. President's Day is a federal holiday. It was established by Congress in 1885. It started as a celebration for President George Washington's birthday. His birthday was initially only recognized as a holiday in Washington, D.C., but was later expanded to the rest of the country. However, though, he's actually born on the 22nd. But because of the Uniform Monday Holiday Act passed by Congress, we celebrate the holiday on the third Monday of February. It was an attempt by lawmakers to create more three-day weekends for the nation's workers. With today being a federal holiday, we do want to go down the list of what's open and closed. The city of Spokane leaders say garbage pickup and recycling are operating on a normal schedule today. Most schools will be closed, so students and staff members can enjoy a day off. The DMV will be closed today as well as banks and the New York Stock Exchange. As for mail carriers, the United States Postal Service will not be delivering mail today, but UPS will still be operating. Well, if you are planning on heading to downtown Spokane, the Ice Ribbon, Skyride, and Loop Carousel will have normal operating hours, and drivers do not have to plug parking meters. 5:07 now. It is Black History Month. Many in the community are excited about a new center coming to the East Central neighborhood. KREM 2's Kira Alfallen is live there this morning. She is telling us what is in store for the neighborhood and which well-known Spokane figure the center will be named after. Good morning, Kira.
Yes, good morning, Jen. Well, this building behind me will soon be the new Karl Maxey Center. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with Karl Maxey, he was a prominent civil rights lawyer during a difficult time for African Americans in our country and here in the Spokane community. Maxey, the first Black prominent lawyer in Spokane, will have his name live on here in East Central, thanks to an idea that started with the editor-in-chief of Spokane's Black Lens newspaper. A little over a year ago, Sandy Williams passed this building in East Central, and that's where the idea began. She knew it would be the perfect spot for a community center in Spokane for African Americans in the community to gather, have events, interact, and talk about issues the community faces. With the support of nearby businesses like Larry's Barbershop and Fresh Soul, Williams says she couldn't be more excited about this project.
I hope we build onto what Michael started with Fresh Soul, and that this building also becomes more of a catalyst for this community to sort of remember who it is, to uplift the community, and just to bring that vibrancy back into this area, which you see in other parts of Spokane already. And it's time for this part of Spokane to have that same vibrancy.
Williams, along with the community board for the center, was able to raise $90,000 in the community in just 8 weeks. An anonymous donor that then matched that amount, and with $180,000, they were able to buy this building. The project is in the design phase right now, but Williams is hoping to have a bunch of public gathering spaces, a multimedia center, a library, offices, working spaces, a coffee shop, and so much more inside the building. Now, the next step is the remodel process, which Williams says she hopes hopes will start in spring, and then she hopes the center will be up and running by January of 2020. They do need donations though and help. If you're interested in learning more about this building or you would like to donate, you can find the link up on our website soon at KREM.com. I'm live here in East Central. Kiara Elfallen, KREM 2 News.
Kiara, thanks so much. And it's very exciting for that community. We love that. All right, coming up on 5:10 now. NASA's also celebrating Black History Month, and this morning we want to highlight Mary Jackson. In 1958, she became NASA's first Black female engineer. She was an engineer for nearly 2 decades. Jackson co-authored dozens of reports. She focused mainly on the behavior of the boundary layer of air around airplanes. Service to her community was equally important. She spent most of her free time helping children at a community center conduct their own experiments. 5:10 now on our Monday morning. Well, it is more than just a companionship for a Vancouver boy and his dog. His family is trying to raise money for a service dog meant to keep him safe. And it was an eventful Daytona 500 this year. We have a recap of what happened.
And your President's Day, a great day to get out and about as we're not seeing any wet weather move through the northwest, but we do see a start date and a time on when we are going to be seeing our next round of snow. I'll tell you when that is after the break.